It's Nick Shell, the guy that talks about hair loss and receding hairlines. And yes, every once in a while I'm going to throw in some videos that have nothing to do with hair, because you never know. You never know. But ultimately, the free market decides they want Nick Shell talking about hair loss. So I had a request, and I take requests seriously. If I can make a video about it, I will. I had someone to request to see my wet peninsula. Now let's talk about what that means. I mean, when you look at how my hair is, this would be the peninsula. I mean, we could say receding hairline, but we also see thinning here too. So it's, it's at some point I've gone from receding hairline to hair loss. So it goes back a ways there. But someone said, well, if that's your peninsula, let's see what it looks like wet, because they wanted to see exactly how much thinness has occurred. Let me just put even some more water just to make it sure that we're really... What's funny is, I mean, I just slicked my hair straight back, but what's funny about this, the way I've got my hair fixed, is I know men that are older, and this is the actual haircut they do. They just let their hairline be completely just open, and then they have it about 2 inches on top and just slick it back. Now, kind of the Jack Nicholson thing going on. I guess when he was younger, I think of the 80s when I think of Jack Nicholson in the 80s. Now, clearly, you were already thinking it, and I saw it before I even made the video, that even if I slick my hair back, my hair is going to naturally find some kind of way to shine through. And look at that, it's almost like just a triangle all the way back. So my hair thinning, look at that shot. My hair thinning is very obvious. It's becoming consistent now. And like even from that view, you can tell like it's going to be on the sides. But that top is definitely thinning. So when the time is right for me to go ahead and buzz that off in the year 2018, I definitely plan to. Of course, in the meantime, you can see what my hair normally looks like when it's dry and fixed the right way. But today I just want to do, because I always say, I mean, there's half of you say that I've got too much hair to be making videos about hair loss. If only I had as much hair as you, that would be my dream. Then I've got others that say, yeah, no kidding, you're definitely losing your hair. So, that just shows the demographics. So I try to make videos that subscribe to both schools of thought there. But man, I mean, it's just like my hair finds a way to show the spots coming through, or whatever you want to call it. But I compared it recently to like a baby doll where you can see like the plugs. It's kind of like that. But if we want to just zoom in on the peninsula, or the thinnest spot, I mean, there's my hairline. And from a side perspective again, it's not the worst from the side. Like if that was simply my hairline and I wasn't thinning, then it'd be one thing. But it's the thinning that's truly the issue. Now, just from afar though, how would that look? If you were looking at me from across the room and you weren't like zooming in, you wouldn't necessarily see a balding guy necessarily. But if you're seeing me up close and have a conversation with me, I mean, I would never, this is not something in my youth, I wouldn't have my hair like this. But it is interesting though, don't you know at least one older man that's maybe in his 50s or 60s, and this is how he does his hair? Like, I do. That's what I think of when I think of this hair. So again, this is not my new haircut or anything like that. This isn't my new hairstyle or anything. But because someone requested to see my wet peninsula, again, is that wet enough for you? Should I put a little bit more water on it? Let's see. I mean, it is just doused now. Funny thing is, I'll actually say this. It's actually thicker than I thought it'd be. I thought you would just see just pure scalp here on this part. Because I've said before, if you cover this, it's like I'm just... Look how bald I look like if I just do that alone, But I'm surprised it's that thick. And a lot of you are thinking, really? But for me, I keep my expectations so low when it comes to my hair loss. So, all right. Is that what you wanted to see? You wanted to see my wet, thinning peninsula. So hopefully I've given you what you wanted to see. I am here to help other people psychologically deal with their hair loss. So at age 35 and a half, this is what I'm looking at, what I'm dealing with, and I'm okay with it. My self-esteem is no lower than it would be if I had a full head of hair, because I'm a confident person. And confident people find ways to be confident, even like this. It's all right. I've expected this my whole life. My expectations were low to begin with. This is actually, my expectations are being exceeded by seeing this at age 35. At 35, I thought I was going to have virtually no hair on top. So, okay, this is what you asked for, and this is what you got. My wet, thinning Peninsula.